Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Network merchandise shop. Pick up your logo merchandise by heading over to abvnetwork.com, clicking on shop, and start filling your basket today. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for something for yourself, a customized gift, or logoed items for your business gift shop, the Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. That's the number 2 in the Bar to Go. Don't forget our friends at Neely Family Distillery now ship their unique distilled spirits directly to you. To order yours, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we complete a bracket challenge to crown the ultimate superfan. My name is Miss Beka Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Bo Cumberland, Nate Weingar, and Evan Van Scoik.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Howdy.
What's up, Steve? So yesterday we went through a process where we took 28 superfans, people that are really love what we do, and narrowed it down to 8 that got the designation, the certification of being a certified superfan. They could be people that are still superfans but not certified. But now that we have this in place, we're going to do it once a year. It's going to be a yearly tradition where we'll put 8 people in, and yes, we will begin keeping track of them, which is very cool. But of course, we have to go through this process, and it's very difficult. We do some things behind the scenes before we get started, off the air. Who are we going to put on the list? So there's back and forth with that. But then we come on the air, it becomes very personal in many ways because that final list of 28, everyone knows, but we have to eliminate it down to 8, which is very difficult. We do via the Bourbon Battle Royale, which is a random drawing to determine who eliminates someone, like the old wrestling days when they would throw the person over the top rope. So they put like 30 wrestlers in the ring and people just start throwing the people over the top rope. Then the last person standing is the Battle Royal champion. That's what we do with this. But with this particular format, we leave it with the last 8 standing to make it. So Evan, your name got picked a lot. So you were really... Yeah. And even I think maybe the last 4 or something like that. I mean,
it was at least the last 2 for sure. The last 2 for sure.
You were a lot at the end, it seems. So,
yeah.
What did that feel like?
To be honest, it was one of the worst moments of my life. It's right up there. I have created many an enemy. I apologize to all of those eliminated. But if I had to do it again, I probably would, and I will accept my fate.
The villain. Right. The villain in this story has become Evan Van Scoik.
You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
I won't speak for the rest of the group, but I'm just thankful it was you and not me.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to have been picked at the end. And I wasn't picked at all in the final 5, which was fine by me. Then it's getting down very close. And that last one for sure, because you've got 9 people and 8 spots. So everyone there deserves to go. And then Evan's got to relate. And to Evan's credit, maybe he picked out people that he absolutely knows that he hangs out with. One of the things could be like, okay, I'm supposed to be neutral, but I'm going to get it where I don't have to have squawking in my ear, not even via chat or in our Facebook group, literally going to be face to face with these people. Yep. He's going to have some difficult conversations, I would guess.
You know what? A lot of groveling.
Yes.
Probably more to come today.
Yeah. I would guess so too.
Likely. Nate definitely made out pretty well. He looks like a great guy because he took out the villain.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. You know what, though, Evan? I really appreciated after we went off the air, you explained in detail why you wanted to eliminate those people. So I appreciate that, not knowing each one of them. It gives me the backstory, and now I understand why you dislike them or did not want them.
They don't give his stuff thumbs up on Facebook, and everything with him was very personal. They made a joke about him one time,
it was. They were deep. They were deep.
Nate, I thought you worked with a whiskey sticker club, but apparently you're a bus driver and you're part-time.
Hey, you know what? I do like
ran him over.
Drive the bus. Yep.
Yeah.
Thump, thump. That little bump was Evan Van Scoy.
Yes. It'll be interesting to see how this happens. I know we get to our folks that listen every day, and I know that they're listening to that whole show. First of all, they want to hear if they're on the list and how they're doing in the list, and do they get to the end, and then they want to hear how their friends do, because they want to find out. They want to know who eliminated them, if they got eliminated. So I don't know. It's an interesting comment. It's going to be something we do every year, and I don't know. I like it because of the fact it's so interactive. And at the end of the day, what is important is these 8 people that are here today. They have won something pretty cool. They are designated super fans. They're certified, if you will. And this is almost bonus. Winning the ultimate fan is cool, but just to make the inner circle here is pretty amazing. And I don't know, 8 years down the road, we'll have one winner from each year. Maybe we'll have the 8 super fans go in a super duper one of these or something. But for right now, let's just get through this first one. Yes,
Steve, what would you consider of that one winner each time enters a Hall of Fame?
The Hall of Fame, yeah, that could be okay. So this is for a Hall of Fame, the Hall of Fame. Yes, okay. Sure. Because we want to take it seriously. It's not just picking out a name here. I want these thought through. I want us to be voting on who deserves whose super fandom is even greater. So yeah, out of the 8, yeah, okay, it'll have a designation of Hall of Fame that they get. So it's something. It's even higher accomplishment, which will make people now even madder they didn't make that final 8 because of Evan. So he made something even cooler that he's stopped people from being part of. So, all right, we'll get to that after the break. For right now, it's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Evan. So we started with last time, because then he caused some problems last time too. So not only that, remember last time he cost Bo a cork pop winner too. So Evan had a bad show last time.
The villain tonight.
I feel like I should have taken the penalty and not Bo. I don't feel like that was fair. If we had a impartial host, he would have penalized myself.
That's what Bartman was saying too when the Cubs got cost that thing. He would have been like, he was like, just penalize me. I'll pay a fine or something. I'm sure he would have been like, just let the Cubs win. I'll do something. That's not how it works always. So
all right. So what
do you got there?
What I got, so since Beka mentioned those samples I brought, one of the samples I brought to her was from Starlight Distillery. It is a single barrel pick of their rye. And our club member, will appreciate this sticker. It's from 007 GoldenEye, and they called this Golden Rye.
Oh, nice.
Let's see if we get anything here.
Okay, not much there. Go ahead and pour that. And while we're doing talking to the other folks here, Evan, grab your Maker's Mark, this special one. I want to show that to Nick. To Nate, I mean Nick. I'm going to show it to Nate, and so he can compare it to what his sticker club's doing. So it'll be fun. All right, Miss Beka Sue, you're next.
I'm going to drink some of our Neely Family Distillery Absinthe. This is a well-loved bottle. It's also from our very first batch.
Okay, that's the lead right there. That's pretty good. Bo, what do you got?
I'm going to go with about a half-drink bottle of Lee W. Sinclair 4-grain bottled in bond bourbon.
Okay.
Oh, nothing.
Okay, not enough there. Not enough action, as they say in that bottle. So I've got Rossville Union here. This is a rye from MGP. Here we go. I don't know who they sourced it from, but it's MGP. Along the lines of what Bo did, Miss Beka Sue clearly has the lead. Nate, you're between Beka and victory.
Well, it's going to be a victory for her because I have a twist off, so that's not going to pop much. But I've got the 2021 Old Forester birthday bourbon tonight, and I'm gonna drink it at 157 proof. That's what it came.
Oh,
so
nice.
I feel like this is a pour for Evan. This is what he needs. This kind of proof to deal with the backlash he's going to get later. So
yeah, absolutely. It's coming, Evan. There's a wave of it coming. Okay. It looks like you left the room. Did you grab that bottle, Evan? Here you go, Nate. What do you think of this? It's Makers, and it's Create Your Perfect Makers. It's washing out there.
Worst picture ever. I don't know what.
Yeah. It's not showing up. Oh, there you go. You can kind of see it. There you go.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
You talk about a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Yeah, that's good. I'm sure Buffalo Trace will enjoy that.
Yeah, their staff is busy working right now. They had to tune the show out because they had to fire off a letter. So it's coming.
That's definitely ballsy of them to do that.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah. All right. On that note, cheers, gang.
Cheers.
I'm the winner. Cheers.
Yeah, congrats to Beka. She takes it with a cannon that went off. All right, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, ABV Network Superfan time, or now Hall of Fame designation, we'll get to that in just a few. Hello, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, and let's talk for a moment about our sponsors, the people that make this show happen. First up is our friends at Moonshine University. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification at their office in Louisville. The information I learned through lead instructor Colin Blake and their team there is something that I continue to draw upon frequently in my role at the ABV Network. It truly is the standard of establishing a benchmark of knowledge of the bourbon industry. From history to production to brands and people, it's all there. Check out their full listing of programs, including Executive Bourbon Steward Certification, production classes if you're considering starting a distillery, and much more at moonshineuniversity.com. I also want to talk about Neely Family Distillery. Back in May of 2018, I met Royce Neely at Limestone Branch's Craft Bourbon Festival. It ended up not only being the start of a great friendship, I started to truly learn about what makes craft whiskey so amazing. You see, I had been a bourbon drinker for over 30 years at that point, and like many people who had been drinking bourbon a long time, I was hard-coded into thinking big bourbon was where it was at and craft was on a journey to get there. Spending time with Royce and learning the things he does to make his whiskey taste better started to really get me to appreciate how things like sweet mashing, open top fermentation, pot distillation, and the grains you are using not only makes your product taste better coming off the still, but also out of the barrel as well. I still love heritage brands and they make up a bulk of my collection. But when you find a craft distiller that is truly dedicated to the craft of distilling, you are drinking some of the best whiskey out there on the market today. That's exactly what's happening at Neely Family Distillery today. Check them out on the web at neelyfamilydistillery.com, or better yet, stop by and see them at their distillery in Sparta, Kentucky. And now, back to the show.
This is Freddie Mills, and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're going to figure out who is the true superfan.
Yes, we are. So this follows our other show. A lot of times I'll go through a list and then talk about the pairings. I literally had to put the pairings down on here, and I don't have the regular list, so I'm going to talk about this will be the pairings. This is how they're going to match up. It's 8 people. It's going to be our normal process that we go through. We're all participating in this. No random draws or anything like that. This is a normal bracket challenge. The list looks like this. Kevin Majors will be taking on Dana the Dreamer 6. Then we've got Bob Whitlatch taking on the Legend. And then we got Danny Canard taking on the Robinsons. Then we got the Ewalds taking on Mandy Kaplan. Round number 1, Evan, you're going to be first. And again, it's Kevin Majors versus Dana the Dreamer 6.
I'm going to base this one off of what I'm seeing as the social media presence of Kevin Majors utilizing our ABV Network Crew Club. Mm-hmm. He's on there all the time, posting content, trying to start conversations, commenting. For those reasons, I'm going to go Kevin Majors.
Kevin Majors goes up 1-0. What do you think, Nate?
Well, I've heard good things about Dana, the Dreamer 6, but I don't think we follow each other on social media. And Kevin and I definitely have on both Facebook and on that platform. So I appreciate what Evan's saying, and I'm going to vote for Kevin Majors.
Kevin Majors goes up 2-0. Bo, what do you think?
Well, Kevin, me and Kevin are homies. I like him a lot. But when I lived in Tennessee, Dana the Dreamer 6 was my Tennessee buddy, so for that reason, I'm going to give her some life in this. So I'm going to vote Dana the Dreamer 6.
Okay, Dana the Dreamer does have life. Bo had the chance to eliminate her. He did not. He's kept her around. She's down 2-1. Miss Beka Sue, what do you think? Kevin Majors or Dana the Dreamer 6?
I'm just going to screw up your day, Steve, because I'm going to vote for Dana the Dreamer 6.
Dana the Dreamer 6. That means a tiebreaker falls into my lap. I think Becca took the easy way out there. I don't know.
I did.
I think it would have been the other way. Yeah.
I saw the high road and low road, and I went the low road.
Yes. I'll say this. Yeah. Dana has been a great contributor to the show and things like that, but Kevin supports across the board everything. And Dana also buys the merchandise. She's a big time contributor too. I'm not dissing her in any way, but Kevin comes on the virtual events and, comes to the live events. He did a post just this week. Says, I love this mofo. And it was a picture of me. so timing was great for him. Yeah, he gets my vote here. That means Kevin Majors moves on to round number 2. All right, next up, a couple of good guys here. Bob Whitlatch will be taking on the Legend. Classic matchup here, not an easy one. Go ahead and please, whoever you pick, just all 3 vote for that so I don't have to get involved. Nate, you're first.
Steve, who was the first one? I'm sorry.
Bob Whitlatch takes on the Legend.
Let me look at my list.
Okay. He's looking at his list.
Yeah.
He's listed these he's done all the homework. So now he's going back and looking at his homework.
Seeing who follows me and who I follow.
Okay.
If we have any conversations over the last.
Okay.
I must say, I'll say the Legend.
The Legend. The Legend goes up 1-0. Bo, what do you think? The Legend, aka Rick Brenner, or Bob Whitlatch?
Listen, this is the easiest decision I've ever had to make ever on the show. I'm going Bob Whitlatch all day long because he gave me the gift of Marshmallow Black Belt.
Wow.
I can't. I don't. Yeah, easy.
Easy. Yeah, there you go. All right, Miss Beka Sue. Bob Whitlatch or the Legend?
Oh, man. Both of these ones are definitely hard because they have both had a barrel named after them at our distillery.
Huge supporters of what we do. Both myself, the ABV Network, and Neely Family Distillery. I mean, yeah, they don't get much bigger than these two.
No, literally. I mean, it's a rude lineup because they are both. Bob drives down. He'll drive down on just a random day.
Just be like he's bored.
Just to pick up one bottle. And he doesn't live near us. He's a couple hours away from us. And he'll drive down and spend his day to come down and just buy a couple bottles of something. Rick also, when he buys, he's buying a case at a time. He bought like all the fucking meat we had in our fucking our cooler yesterday.
The guy bought a case of meat and a case of whiskey. Yeah.
I mean, like, God damn, I say the both of them. Also, Bob's got his Black Swamp Bourbon Society.
Yeah.
I've got t-shirts from that. And know what? For that, I'm going to go with Bob Whitlatch on this one. Although this is like literally one of the hardest decisions because they both are obviously huge supporters. But for me, I'm going to go with Bob Whitlatch.
Bob Whitlatch. Okay. So Bob Whitlatch is up 2-1 over the Legend. I think Becca, while tried to screw me over last time, she's made it easy on me here because I can say the Legend and it drops in Evan's lap. Or I could say Whitlatch and end it here and knock off a Titan for sure. A Titan loses either way here, but the Legend, now the Legend he's Legend in all circles. He is going to get my vote here. He is the Legend. And while I like both of these guys, I have to choose one, which is difficult. And I'm going to pick the Legend right here. So what do you think, Mr. Evan? Bob Whitlatch or the Legend?
This is like an early matchup that could have easily been the finals. This could have been the last one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. It's almost not even fair if I incorporate any personal experience in it because
please remove yourself.
I have to be an impartial judge. but I do have a feeling around the concept of, we call him the legend for a reason. And it is a way of showing support through his activity. And for that reason, I'm going to choose the legend, and in any way possible saying, Bob, I probably would have voted for you against almost anyone else in this lineup, but I'm choosing Rick the Legend Brenner for this matchup.
There you go. That means the legend moves on to round number 2. Okay, next up is Danny Canard versus the Robinsons. Round number 3. Bo, you're going to be first. Danny or the Robinsons?
You know, I'm just going to have to base this off of the pure fact that I haven't had very much, if any, like any connection with Danny, any kind of, I've not been on shows or any interaction. So, and I have with the Robinsons, and I've had some, pretty nice interactions with them. So I'm going to vote for them.
That means the Robinsons go up 1-0. Miss Beka Sue, what do you think? Danny Canard or the Robinsons?
This one is definitely like the Robinsons drive out. They've gone to every event that has happened, as far as I can tell. They've also signed up for every Zoom event that's happened.
Yeah.
They go and visit all the distilleries we talk about. They're some of the absolute nicest people. Melanie brought me flowers this weekend for the house. But I mean, they're just like, to me, the Robinsons are just some of the most pure supporters of stuff. And I can't vote against the Robinsons when it comes to that, because they're just 100% in once they're in.
Yeah. Yeah. This is difficult. This tugs at the heartstrings. It's tough. Love Danny. Great guy. Matter of fact, he just came with the story. We rode in the car together. He's a good friend. But, supporters at every single event, the two of them, it almost doesn't feel like it could be an ABV Network event without the Robinsons. If we did it, and it would be like, where are they? Where's the Robinsons?
They've got to be there.
So, yeah, when you're talking about these two are both, they're at the top of the mountain, but they've found a step ladder at the top of the mountain and gone, I got to go the Robinsons here. So they get my vote. Robinsons will move on. Next up is the Ewalds versus Mandy Kaplan, round number 4. Up first is going to be Miss Beka Sue. The Ewalds or Mandy Kaplan. Another heartbreaker here. Not fun.
Yeah, this one's hard for me because me and Mandy are very close, obviously.
Yep.
Mandy listens to his shows, as far as I know, every day.
Promotes them for us and stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Helps put things together. Ewalds, though, Adina did every single cocktail contest. Dave did some cocktail contests. They're on a bunch of the Zoom calls that we've done. They don't live down here, and so I don't expect them to be at a lot of events, but they actually have made it to a lot of events, considering that they don't live down here.
Yeah.
They've also gone out and seen Lenny. They've kind of gone all over the place. Oh, man. I'm going to vote against my friend on this one. I'm going to go, and the Ewalds are also my friends, but I'm going to go with the Ewalds just because of the amount of things that I've seen them sign up for and the places that they go and make sure that they support.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very tough. And you don't want anybody to look at these things personally, because they're both worthy of the recognition here. That being said, I do have to make a vote, and I'm going to do like Miss Beka Sue. I'm going to go the Ewalds, the team Ewalds here. I'm going to vote for them, and that means they're up 2-0. Mandy has life in this game. It's not over for her. She's still got a chance here. Evan, what do you think? The Ewalds or Mandy Kaplan?
Yeah, this is where the duo has an advantage. I feel like even in times when maybe Dave couldn't make something, Adina was always there. And my vote's going with just what I see. I've heard from both Steve and Beka how much Mandy contributes, but I don't get to see it as much.
Mm-hmm.
So it's harder for me to cast that vote. I felt like she was going to be in it more. it sounds rough that it's a sweep here because I'm going with the Ewalds, but I think it's much closer than that.
Okay. All right. So that means our final four looks like this: Kevin Majors versus the Legend, and the Robinsons versus the Ewalds.
Oh, God.
We'll be crying as we're voting. We're just breaking down. Okay. Round number 5. I'm going to be first. So it's Kevin Majors versus the Legend. Very tough. Both great supporters, of the company, the ABV Network, of all of the stuff that we do. They come out to events. They do everything that you want people who do that. And beyond that, they're both personal friends. Very difficult. That being said, the Legend, the nickname was given to him for a reason. He's a standout in his everyday life and the things that he does with the ABV Network. He got it for what he does with us, and he's going to get my vote here. So that means the Legend goes up 1-0. Evan, what do you think? Kevin Majors or the Legend?
And I feel like this one hurts me because I almost feel like I shouldn't vote for Rick at this point because I guess I see it too close to home.
Mm-hmm.
And what I see more so across media is more of a Kevin's presence.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with Kevin Majors for that reason.
Fair enough. Well thought out.
Yeah.
Well thought out. Yes. All right, Nate, Kevin Majors versus the Legend. Rick Renner. Sounds like you got a little bit of a personal relationship with Kevin Majors. I don't know about Rick. I don't know if he would reach out. He doesn't seem like a big social media reach out guy to people he doesn't hang out with. So does that play into this or not? I don't know.
It does, Steve, for me, because, I think that's really my connection with a lot of these people on social media. So that definitely influences me a little bit. So I'm going to take, even though I think they're both fantastic people, and I am friends with both of them on Facebook, I probably have more interaction with Kevin. So
Kevin.
Yes, sir.
That means Kevin Majors is up 2-1 over the Legend. Next up is going to be Bo.
Well, honestly, for everything that you guys have just kind of said, I am basing this decision on the fact that I just simply have more interaction with Kevin Majors.
That means Kevin Majors does move on. The Legend, his run ends right there. All right. That means Kevin Majors will be in our finale, taking on either the Robinsons or the Ewalds. Round number 6. Evan, you are first. The Robinsons or the Ewalds?
This stopped being fun.
Agreed.
I almost don't even want to dissect it.
I get what you're saying.
I'm just going to say who my vote is. I think the Robinsons are wonderful people. And absolutely, I have nothing negative to say about the Ewalds. I just feel like I'm choosing the Robinsons.
The Robinsons. Okay. That means the Robinsons go up 1-0. No commentary for myself. We're just going to leave it, respect his wishes, and go with that. Nate, you're next. The Robinsons or the Ewalds?
All right. So on this one, I'm going to go to some of the live events. And I think the Robinsons were I think they were the only people in the audience when I was on the live event with Stump.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna definitely say that I appreciate them being there and their support, and I know that you just said earlier they're on all the live shows, and
yeah,
that's pretty cool because it's tough to come on and you like to see people there, and so I'm gonna say the Robinsons for me.
The Robinsons. That means the Robinsons are up 2-0. Bo, what do you think? The Robinsons or the Ewalds?
Well, I will say this: both of those couples are, I have about the same interaction with them. They're both kind of equal in my book. And I'm gonna take the coward's way out. I'm gonna vote for the Ewalds only because I voted for the Robinsons earlier. So that's
okay. Yeah, you can do stuff like that. That's certainly okay. So here's where at Beka. Robinsons are up 2-1 over the Ewalds. What are your thoughts?
All right. So both of these couples are on everything all the time. But I do feel, I mean, we're talking super fan here, right?
Right.
And I do feel that Robinson's, oh God, they're on. I mean, this one's hard. It's fucking sucks because like Robinson's, I mean, they're on every live event that we do. Like any sort of event that's in Kentucky, they're at. They're on all the Zoom events. But then like Ewald's going out to Colorado and seeing Lenny and stuff too. Like that one kind of like digs in a little bit for me, but still I think that Robinsons are like literally they're just always there in the best way possible. And they're always supportive and they're always so nice, and Ewald's are as well. But I think that I've got to go with the Robinsons on this one.
Robinsons. That means the Robinsons make the finale. So it comes down to this: to get into the Super Fandom Hall of Fame, a brand new thing we just created on the show live. Kevin Majors versus the Robinsons, round number 7. Nate, you are first.
That's interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with who I voted for all along here. I appreciate the Robinsons, and I've seen them on, like I said, a few times, but probably my most interaction is with Kevin. So I'm gonna go. My vote's gonna be with Kevin Majors to start.
Fair enough. That's a good way to look at it. Kevin Majors goes up 1-0. Next up is going to be Bo. Bo, what do you think?
This one's probably the hardest of all that I've had to this point. Like I said, me and Kevin, we're homies. But I think I'm gonna go with the Robinsons on this one, just because we have a good bit of history there.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Miss Beka Sue.
I have to go with the Robinsons on this one.
The Robinsons. Robinsons go up 2-1. No commentary. I think that's the way to do it. I think Evan came up with a good point. Just say a name. Just get the spotlight off you, and please move on. I agree. So the Robinsons are up 2-1. Here you go. I'm next. Kevin Majors is down 2-1. I give Kevin a vote. That goes then to Evan for the tiebreaker. If I say the Robinsons, it's over. And I'll say this. Coming on every single event, whether it's a virtual event, whether it's a happy hour, whether it's Evan's game night, whether it's a live event, they're at all of them, literally everything that we do. And it goes beyond that. It goes beyond that because there's certain people that impact you in your life individually. And have you ever stood up in front of a room and talked to a group? Are you talking, like yesterday, we had like 35 people. Are you talking all 35? Or ultimately, does in your mind, you end up picking out 2 or 3 people that you're ultimately talking to? As you look to the left, you're looking at someone, you look in the middle. Yeah, I tell you what, wherever the Robinsons are, that's who I'm looking at there, because, they just mean that much to me. They're not that much older than me, but they bring this calming influence to what we do. They're just nice people. They're good people. I love them. I love Kevin Majors. I feel like he's a brother to me. We've been friends a long time. And we talk a lot. But I think the Robinsons, just a little something extra special there, a unique relationship, not only with myself personally, but with the network and all the people that support the network. I'm going Robinsons. Congratulations, Robinsons. You are in the Superfan Hall of Fame. How about that?
It only makes sense.
It makes sense.
I'll say this. I looked at the list and I was kind of like, all right. I mean, it's not easy, but also like Robinson should win.
Yeah. They're definitely great people. The legend, certainly up there too. They're all there. Gosh darn, you can. Yeah. If I say, okay, choose, I just throw a dart and say, okay, Evan, whoever I throw this at, you choose. This is your horse, so you got to make the case. You can make the case for any of these 8 people
for sure.
Yeah. So
I was literally thinking it was a setup. Mm-hmm. I was like, I am the last tiebreaker. Like you want me to break somebody else's heart?
No. I like doing that when possible, shirking responsibility, but I felt passionate enough that this is who needs to win this thing, and you don't leave it to chance. Make the right selection yourself and go ahead. So that's what I did, and there you go. Congratulations to the Robinsons.
I feel like you made the right choice. I was going to vote the same way.
Okay, there you go. For the record, it would have happened either way. All right, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Evan, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
Yeah, I'm Evan Van Squig on Facebook and Wisdom Whiskey on Instagram.
All right, Nate.
You can find me on, you can find us on 5280 Whiskey on Instagram and 5280whiskey.com. I did try, like I said, Instagram for about 24 hours and had to get off of that. So 2 spots.
You were done with that, huh? Okay. All right. Bo, how about you? Where can people find you?
I'm on Facebook and Instagram under Bo Cumberland and Bourbon Sasquatch, and I'm also on YouTube under My Journey Through the American Spirits.
All right, Miss Beka Sue.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Beka Sue, 1K, no C.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out because everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. Miss Beka Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
All right, great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Cheers.
Bye.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's chat for a moment about Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you just want to experiment on a small scale on the stove in your kitchen or try your hand at a bigger setup in the backyard, Moonshine Still Pro can help. They have different still offerings as well as accessories and even grains from Goldstone Mill to help you make whiskey on par with what you get from your favorite distillery. They can even assist with a DIY still project by supplying some of the parts you can't make yourself. Check them out at moonshinestillpro.com. At the ABV Network, we're lucky enough to have some great friends. Amongst those friends is the Goldstein family, owners of Goldstone Mill. Goldstone Mill is a full-service mill offering a variety of heritage and heirloom grains. Their unique approach of working with mills around the country allows them to offer you affordable shipping opportunities to meet the unique needs of your distillery or brewery. They will consult with you to ensure the grains you are selecting meets the unique flavor profiles you are looking for. If you are a home brewer or distiller and you're looking for the grains that your local distillery or brewery uses, Goldstone Mill is the place to look. Check them out on the web at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or shoot them an email at hello@goldstonemill.com.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.